Okay, everybody, let's get started. It's 9 o'clock and we want to honor your time. So my name is Stephanie Milkey. Welcome. We are going to talk with you about ketones, what ketones are, a little bit or some hacks about what in the world are people talking about ketones, and what it looks like to even like what Prove It is. What is this community all about? So we're going to keep it to 10 minutes and 10 minutes so we can honor your time and you can get going about the rest of your night. So again, my name is Stephanie Milkey. I live in Kentucky, and well, right now we're in Kentucky. If you follow our family, we're all over the place. So I say Kentucky right now. We have 4 daughters. We homeschool, and our journey started with ketones, and I'll show you what I meant. The person that invited you on probably invited you on because you've heard them talk about pure therapeutic ketones, right? So they probably said you should try them, hop on and listen. Maybe you watched a 4-minute video. If you have not seen the campfire video, when we hang up, I want you to go back to the person that invited you and say, show me that video. It's a really fun 4-minute cartoon video that walks you through what ketones actually do in your system. So my husband handed me this packet 4 years ago, and I thought he was crazy because I will tell you something. Oh, am I muted or can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, somebody said I was muted. So if you can turn your little video on, awesome. We love to see your face. That's the fun part about a Zoom is you can see everybody unless you're not clothed or you're doing something inappropriate. You're on the toilet, don't unmute yourself. But everybody else, we would love to see your face. So haha, that's funny. Okay, so my husband dove into the strict ketogenic diet 7 years ago. And at that time, our girls were babies. And so what you need to understand is I was watching him eat all of this fat and I didn't understand it. And I guess raise your hand if you were grown, like eating out of a box, low fat, no fat, margarine was good. Like that's how I ate. So when my husband was like, we're going to start eating butter, I was like, no, yuck. And I watched him fumble through this diet for 2 years. I did not help him one bit. I thought he was crazy until one day he said, Stephanie, I found a product that you can drink. And now you have to understand, about 6 months to being introduced to pure therapeutic ketones, my husband actually did really well with the diet, but it took him 2 years to figure it out. Up and down, roller coaster. He finally drew a line in the sand. He stopped eating my food. And he said, Stephanie, what I've been able to achieve in weeks and months, you can do in 1 hour. He handed me a packet and I drank it and I was in ketosis in under an hour. And that's what we have our hands on. The company is called Prove It. They opened up the marketplace to be able to drink pure therapeutic ketones. So you can drink this and maybe you've tried it. Maybe you have a 5 or 10 day experience. Maybe the person that invited you had you over to a keto life party at their house and they shook some up and you drank it. But this product can be tested. You can test it in your blood and it works. And the amazing benefits are energy, focus, fat loss. Ketones help with mood and sleep, digestion, muscle preservation. The people that are going to talk to you in a little bit, they are huge Spartan racers. And guess what? They've seen and they'll share a little bit, but their times have gone from here to here. And so we're seeing athletes have crazy benefits with ketones. We're seeing people who have to be really focused in their work having great success with ketones in the brain. And I will tell you this, if you're brand new on here, if you haven't done it yet, we have an app called Prove It TV, Pruvit, Prove It TV. When we hang up and we're done with the Zoom, I want you to go download that app because on the app, you can see our community. You can watch some of the education from the doctors and the keto experts in this space, and you can learn all about what they're learning and seeing through ketones. So a couple things I want to talk about real quick. For those of you who do not have them or you're just starting them, all it is a powder. There's lots of different flavors. You're going to drink it. You're going to shake it up in some water. You're going to drink whichever one you want, and you're going to be in ketosis in under an hour, okay? And so with all of those benefits, but what I want you to understand is you don't have to eat a strict ketogenic diet to drink these. We've got people that are keto, people that are low carb, people that are paleo or plant-based or Whole30. I just tell people, whatever your goals are, if your goal is fat loss, then let's tweak some things. Like let's do some hacks. This is like your life preserver. It gets your head above the water. You're in ketosis in under an hour. All of those benefits that I said, and then we're going to eat better. We're going to drink more water. We might take the buns off our burgers, right? We're going to help you move more. We're going to go, hey, why don't you go for a walk, or let's get your movement in. There's lots of things that we can do as far as hacks go. So you don't have to clean out your fridge. You don't have to get stressed out about a diet. We're going to lock arms with you, and we're going to help you all along the way and help you choose better, whatever your better is. So you don't have to be strict keto. We help you make better choices. We encourage you to move, and you're going to want to because the energy is phenomenal. And so I will just tell you this. Get with the person that invited you. If you don't have a 5 or 10 day experience in your hands, grab one, right? And make sure you download Prove It TV. Because if you're listening to me and you're going, what does that mom know? Like before Prove It, before I drank ketones, I used to take a nap every single day. Every day, 2:30 or 3 o'clock, I'd turn on the TV, tell the girls to take it, like go play quietly, and I would sleep with like one eye open so that nobody got hurt because there were 4 babies, right? There weren't babies, but I needed a nap. And then I would do it every day. The first day I tried ketones, I didn't need a nap, and I thought, that's interesting. I don't need a nap today. Second day, third day, first month, fast forward 4 years. Like today, I've been up early, worked out, homeschooled our 4 girls. I've cleaned out closets, reorganized the homeschool room, took the girls on a bike ride, did dishes, all of the things, and I'm still going and I feel amazing. It's called Fueled by Ketones and eating better and plugging into our community. So if you don't want to take my word for it, you don't have to. That Prove It app will have doctors and experts to help educate you on what we do. Also, I would say on Facebook, go to Just Prove It. So we have a really great Facebook page. Every single Wednesday at 1 o'clock, we have an expert that pops on, and they will share with you all of the medical questions. We'll get questions about, diabetes and all of these things, and we'll say, we're not a doctor, but I can get you some resources to help educate you on that part of it. So we're just seeing some really great results. And besides all of the things that we can say, the doctors can talk way more about it, and it's pretty phenomenal. So with all of that said, I want you to make sure the person invited you, get back with them and say, hey, I was on the Zoom. I want to get a 5 or a 10 day experience, and show me the campfire video. And lastly, just so you know, we have our pure therapeutic ketones. So this is like the number one, take this, drink this, it's going to change your life. When you get more, I don't want to say acclimated, but like there's a lot of people that are diving into eating keto. There's a lot of people that are like, I want electrolytes. What do I put in my coffee? What is this 60-hour keto reboot? We have a lot of bonus things. Like people want to know about MCT oil. We have an MCT oil. You can add this in your coffee or on your salad. When you dive into eating low carb or keto, if you want electrolytes, we have it's a cracked out electrolyte, but it's an electrolyte that has more than just like sodium, magnesium, potassium. This is amazing. If you're a coffee drinker, raise your hand. Any coffee drinkers? I'm not, but I put this in my almond milk, or a lot of you might drink fat coffee. Maybe you mix your coffee up with like butter or coconut oil. This is amazing. And so there's lots of bonus ads on it. And soon we've got the 60-hour keto reboot coming up. So that is where we do 60 hours of not eating, but we drink everything that we have. We've got a little kit for you. And so get with the person that also invited you and ask about the reboot, because that will reset your metabolism. Changing people, no matter what journey they're on, whether they're brand new, they've been here for a while, or they're in a keto, I've got this keto thing, I feel great. Guess what? The reboot is phenomenal because it's going to reset your metabolism, get your mind right, and we're going to take off because let's be real. Summer's about winding down, and I can promise you've already heard people go, ooh, I let loose this summer. Anybody let loose a little bit up on their eating? Like, oh yeah, I made it to summer. I made it to June. I was doing great. And in the last 3 months, I ate whatever I want, when I want. I need to get back on track. So let us help you. I love it. And now I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to talk a little bit about maybe how to get your ketones for free, how you can save some money on ketones, a little bit of like what this opportunity is all about. So I'm going to kick it over to Chris and Danny Webb. You are up.
Hey, Stephanie. So I don't know about you, but I am fired up. This has been an incredible journey for us. Danny and I actually in separate rooms, and so she's on here as well. And so maybe we can ping pong back and forth and still keep it short and concise. My name's Chris Webb, my wife, Danny Webb. We live in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And our story might be a little different from, well, everyone's story is different, right? I get that. But when I was looking we were at a point where we were kind of plateaued with our fitness, right? We always want to take things to the next level. So we were looking for something to up our fitness game. But at the same time, I was looking for something to up our business game, right? So Danny and I did separate things. Like for work, she's 30-year career. She can touch on that. And I wasn't as a father and so-called, the man of the house. I was always looking for something to up my game. I didn't feel like I was contributing enough, just in full transparency. So I was always looking for something, right? So when we came across, Danny actually showed me the campfire video that Stephanie was referring to, and that's where it all started. So we found out that Prove It had a system set up, a model that benefited not only customers but also benefited people who wanted to become promoters, who wanted to build something extra on the side. So I was all in right from the beginning. This is just amazing because we live in a time and a place where we need it, right? I mean, there's a lot of us who just need some help financially. So we were all in from the very beginning. So I'll cover a couple things here real quick, and then I want to shoot it over to Danny. But Stephanie touched on, getting your product discounted and also for free. And what I loved when I first heard about this was what is called Smart Ship. And that basically just means having something in your cart for next month. And a lot of people may get freaked out. They might hear like auto ship or something like that and feel like, well, I don't want to contract anything. And the great thing about what we do is it's what I call user controlled, meaning that every change that you want to make to anything in your cart for the following month is controlled on your phone, right? And what that means is that everything in your cart is 22% off. No matter what it is that's in your cart for the next month, it's 22% off. So get this, you guys, as a customer, you get 22% off every fourth discounted shipment. So every fourth Smart Ship, you get discount, plus we're sending you a free box of product on top of that. This is for customers. This is for everybody. It's amazing. So you have your 22% off. You give a free box of product every 4 months. Not only that, as a customer, you have what we call the referral system. So basically all that is because you're having great experience, right? And your friends and your family, they know, they see it. They're like, hey, what is going on with you, right? And when they want to try it, they use your referral code. They use your name. You plus 2 equals yours for free. It's as easy as it is. And to be really honest with you guys, when we first heard that, we were like, what's the catch, really? What's the catch? Because we all know 2 people. Of course, we know 2 people who want to feel better. I mean, we have, our performance has gone through the roof. Our energy is through the roof. Mood is incredible. So much has changed in our life. And I don't want to get too much into that because I want Danny to talk on a couple things. But we knew how, like, if this was everything that it was said to be, then we knew we had our hands on something huge. And it has. So Danny and I have been with Prove It for over a year and a half, and our life is completely unrecognizable in my opinion. So you have free product program. That's for customers or promoters. It doesn't matter. And if you are in a position where you're like, you know what, I would like to change my financial landscape. I do know a lot of people who do want to feel better, right? Who do want to have more energy, who don't want to crash during the day, right? Who do want to have a little more purpose in their life than what their day-to-day is giving them. The becoming a promoter is not a huge decision. It's $37, right? It's really just a mindset shift of like, hey, this is an opportunity. You have a unique opportunity to do something that can absolutely change your financial future. And the great thing is that you don't have to do this alone. You're not alone in any of this. You have a strong community. We lead with education. Stephanie had referred to the Prove It TV app. That thing is just has a wealth of information in there. Because be honest, right? Your friends, like my friends, do they want to hear it from me or do they want to hear it from an expert? Right? Always the expert. But what I'd love, I can't see Danny on my screen, but I know that she's there. But I would love for my wife to share because she is actually just crushing this business. And I would love for her to share like the different ways that we go about sharing. I didn't talk to her about this. Babe, you think you can hop on and talk about some different ways that we share?
Yeah, of course. Hey guys,
Thanks.
I don't want to cut you off. Are you finished? Yep. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Danny Webb. So as Chris touched on earlier, I did have a career of 30 years. But once I tried the product, I was so passionate about the product. I knew it was something that I could stand behind because I believed in it 100%. I had no idea how awesome the community was. I had no idea how awesome my belief in myself was going to be built up. So just drinking the product, I was like, man, everybody needs to have this in their bodies at all times, because I ran 7 restaurants for 30 years. I had over 300 employees that I employed. That's a lot of work. I was like a one-man HR band for over 300 employees, legitimately. So like when the man that I worked for left, I was in charge of everything. This was 30 years in the making. So typically around 2 p.m, I would text Chris, hey, can you bring me something fun with a green straw? Absolutely, babe, because that was my dipping point. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We own a training center here in Lake Havasu. So I go and I teach class at 5. I would go home, take a shower, and then go and work and start my 10-hour workday after I finished our training center stuff. So first pack of ketones, I was like, nah, this is a placebo effect. This is not happening. And we actually recorded our entire 5-day experience. And it's crazy because Chris and I go back and we watch it and we're like, you know, it's crazy. We had no idea what we were talking about. And we still talk about the same stuff over a year and a half later. Like, I feel amazing. I don't have that 2 o'clock dip. Like, I don't need pre-workout anymore. But the coolest thing for us, we're both athletes. We race Spartan. We race competitive Spartan. Chris has been a 3-year Spartan SGX coach, and I train people HIIT training every morning. So we transitioned from using pre-workout every day to drinking ketones. And I'll tell you what, it's night and day. Like, Chris had to like convince me to start using pre-workout in the first place anyway. And moving from pre-workout over to ketones, it's just been incredible. Like, I've hit podium now in some of the races for Spartan. My race times are faster. My runs, like, I call this the catalyst between actually wanting to do something and doing something. Like, it's going to rip your booty off the couch. You know what I mean? So aside from the athletic part, because I know that we're all not athletes and we don't all aspire to be athletes, nor do we even aspire to run a mile. That's totally fine. But what it's done just for our life, a year and a half ago, I went to my very first event. Now, keep this in mind. I was a 30-year career. I'm vested in the company. I'm a partner, all of the above. We went to our first event, and I looked at my husband in that instant, and I can remember it, and it gives me chills to think about it. I looked at my husband, and I said, this is exactly where I want to be. This is exactly what I want to do. Like, this company retired me from a 30-year career. I started working there when I was 15 years old. I retired at the end of 2018. So I still have ties with the companies, but I'm no longer working 50, 60 hours a week. And I trained somebody to do my job because my passion was so hard. Like my passion was I just had so much passion for this company, the community, the product, and the belief in myself. Like, everybody should have this in their lives, you know, and ketones know no boundary. Like, our parents drink them, our kids drink them. We have teachers drinking them. My dog drinks them. Like, they don't know any race, size, age, color, nothing. My girl 4-year-old kids drink them, of course, the uncharged version, but they don't have any boundaries. And, you know, just touching on the business aspect of it, like, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I'm not in direct contact with Stephanie. You know, and if you need somebody that is always going to keep you accountable, like, we work at your own pace. So fitting it into your mom cracks or your dad cracks or your career cracks, like, it's doable. You know, I fit this into my career cracks where I ran 7 businesses, seven restaurants that are all different locations. I fit this into my career cracks until I was ready to walk away from my career. And we were very, it was very lucrative. Like, we did very well. So we were, you know, like, you work at your own pace. You know, if you want to make $100 a month or you want to make $1,000 a month, that's totally up to you. but you're never pushed to do more than you need to do or you want to do. You work at your own pace, and you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. So, you know, the support of this community has been nothing but, you know, it's just been amazing. And I wouldn't trade this journey for the world. Like, you know, it's just, I can only, like, we just keep going farther and farther and farther. Our company is innovative, so we're constantly releasing new products, new technologies. So it's just incredible. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess what you would call a lifer. So, but that's it.
Hey, thanks, babe.
Hope that shed light.
Thank you very much for sharing. So just real quick, you guys, just to touch on some different ways that you get to share what we're doing, and we help with this, right? So whether you're sharing online, social media, if you like to maybe you're more of a face-to-face person, right? Maybe you like to talk to people one-on-one, or maybe you like to do what we call keto life parties, where you're just inviting people over and you're sampling out some different flavors, or maybe you're setting up a booth or something like that. The great thing is that you have support in all of that. We help you in all of that. Whatever you need, you can reach out and your questions will be answered. You have a support system to lean on the whole time. One thing before we wrap this up, because I do want to respect your time here, is that, like, talking about moving forward, like maybe you're thinking, you know what, this is interesting, right? This whole promoter thing is interesting. We know a lot of people who are doing it, and some people, like Danny was saying, are in it for a couple $100s a month in free product. Maybe there's people in it for a couple $1,000s a month. Maybe there's people that are full time. Like, I want to just go with this thing. Doesn't matter where you're at, but what's coming up. Clear your calendar if you can for September 14th. Get together with whoever invited you to this call. And September 14th, we have an event going on that lays out all the fundamentals that you would need to move your business right out of the gate. That's right around the corner. This doesn't happen very often. This is only our second one. And so this is, like, amazing. The value of the content is mind-blowing. But of course, you don't know what you don't know until you learn what you didn't know. And so we all know that moving forward. So I can only share my enthusiasm for it, because if it is something that's interesting to you, if there's a little bit of interest at all, I would say make your way to a playbook event. At least get back to the person who invited you and just say, hey, can I just get some more information? Maybe watch a couple videos, maybe talk to someone else as well, and get your questions answered. But with that, I hope that we answered a lot of your questions. I hope that you got some value, and just know this, you guys. There's no one ever that's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, it's your time to succeed. It's your time to move forward. That comes from within. And we all know where that place is in our hearts. We all know what we want in our lives. We all know whether we are in line and we're doing it with purpose, and how that feels every morning when we wake up. And Stephanie touched on it earlier, to be able to wake up and have this feeling of just of amazingness, knowing that you're doing great for yourself and the others around you. It's indescribable. It really is. So whoever invited you to this call actually cares about you a lot, because what we're doing is absolutely amazing, and it's changing hundreds of thousands of lives around the planet at this point. So thanks, you guys, for tuning in. Stephanie, I don't know if you have anything else, or
I loved it. Nope, that's it. So we just say, get in where you fit in. That's what Prove It's all about. If you want to be a customer, love the product, everybody should drink ketones. Like, I love what Danny said. She said, ketones know no boundaries. Like, use the product, love the product. If you love the product and fall in love with it, then it's an easy conversation to have, and we want to help you with that. So with all of that, get with the person that invited you. Thank you, Webbs. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you all, and we'll do it again soon. Bye.